when you get there in college, it's like they talk you up, they hype you up, then you get there now it's like they don't know you, and they're like, oh, come on, freshman. When you get there as a rookie, it's that kind of same thing. You've got this friendly rapport from the interview process or the combine, and then once you get in there, it's like, all right, rookie, come on, do it again, do it. I said this, and you'll be like, I know for a fact he said this. He's like, I said the other thing. You run that. You're a rookie. You got it wrong. It was like almost like a type of hazing of its own, just being a rookie, and then seeing how you dealt with the adversity, dealt with intensity. Because again, you're not the vets aren't there, and it becomes much more intense when there's jobs on the line. And that's one of the things you realize too at the rookie minicamp when you start doing one-on-ones, you start doing whatever team drills you can do, is the intensity that comes along with it, because it's a make or break time for some of those guys out there.
Yeah, and to echo what Brady said, I think that was the biggest thing, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, the business of football. Like before you were in college, and it's a little bit different now because these guys are kind of like in a business mindset with NIL and everything. But when me and Brady came out, we didn't have that, right? So like, I think that was the biggest thing for me, like realizing how you had to flip that switch and realize this is like your job, this is a business. And I think the realization was like after minicamp, there were guys that got cut after minicamp, and guys that outperformed them during that minicamp that were on a tryout basis got signed to the team. So that lets you knew right there, like how real this was. I think my biggest thing was when I came in, I was pissed off, Will and Brady, because I was undrafted, right? Yeah. So I wanted to prove each day of practice that, they made a mistake by, for one, not drafting me, but that I also belong. So, when I went out there, I showed my versatility of playing D tackle, defensive end, and I always tried to make a statement. And then I think what Brady alluded to earlier was like also your leadership skills. Like they want to see who's going to stand out, who's going to bring everybody together. Somebody struggling, with the playbook. Are you talking with them on the sideline, right? Because at the end of the day, you guys are all grouped together as rookies. Yes, you're fighting for jobs, but they also want to see who's going to rise to the top, who's going to rise up under pressure. And also what Brady said, the mental capacity of it. Like those coaches are purposely testing you to see how do you respond to adversity. So like I tell people all the time in the NFL, like everybody is skilled. Everybody was the best player on their team. The guys that mentally can take it are usually the guys that last a lot longer than the guys that can't mentally take it, right? Because you got to be able to learn the playbook and then regurgitate that on the field. Literally, your meetings are like 2 hours before that. And whatever you learn in the meetings, you got to be able to, on the fly, do that on the field. And they want to see who can do that and withstand the pressure.
It's actually the last time, too, you will get really good fundamental attention and coaching.
Sure.
Because once the veterans get there, it becomes about the roster. It becomes about like who they're keeping, who they're not. It becomes about installing the offense and whether or not you can kind of keep up, be ready to go try to play and win football games. And if you can't, like it doesn't matter. Like that, like no one's focusing. Like this is really for guys who are drafted there and all that. Like it is the only chance you're really going to have at this point to get that sort of coaching and fundamental work, because you don't have enough bodies to have a team period, and they know obviously.
You mean during the off season, right? Not you like during the off season, preseason, in terms of the fundamental.
Again, Will, I'll say it again. This is the last time the entire season that a rookie gets the type of attention and coaching, because everything else is focused on winning. It's all in their job security, winning and losing games, and you just don't have time to be able to devote to work with the rookies separately from what you're doing with the veteran guys. And then once the veteran guys get in there, that's more the focus. Like they're catching back up on like what tweaks are we making? What changes are we making? Who's the new personnel? How does that kind of match up? Or other guys are coming back from injury, so they're kind of testing stuff out. That's the focus. It's like that's then towards the season and winning. It's not on like getting you ingrained into the offense, into the culture, and seeing what you're capable of. So it's really the last and only time a rookie has where like you get the focus and you get like really good fundamental coaching. And then at that point in time, you just got to kind of hang on for dear life, because it's not about you after that.
Yeah. Well, before we go on, I just wanted to ask Brady. So like your rookie year, did you guys actually live with the vets? Because I know we didn't live with the vets. And then like when we did OTAs, after OTAs, we actually had like a rookie, like kind of like rookie college after that, where we got to spend time with the coaches. So I didn't know if it was different on your squad.
Yeah, so we didn't lift with them because you had your different rookie programs mixed in. And oftentimes, there would be some veterans in there with you, but, you're so new to the program and you hadn't been given whatever the take-home program was that they kind of had more of a baseline approach for the workouts, for strength and conditioning and everything. So it was a little different in that respect for us, but it was just different in the sense of like, it was just the last time you really got where you didn't feel as much of the intensity, at least with the coaching staff in the meeting rooms. Even in meeting rooms, you'd feel that, once you got the veterans there, like, I mean, you're being evaluated, you're being criticized, you're trying to prepare for the season. And you're talking about roster, as far as some of the different players around there. I mean, quarterbacks kind of always did their own thing, working out and meeting. But in this case, like as rookies, we were probably separate for a little bit too, just time-wise with the schedule.
How much of the playbook were y'all like soaking in at the rookie minicamp? Or is it more about fundamentals and more about sort of like, getting to know, the coaching staff? Because I mean, you meet them in the process, but you don't like, you don't work with them that much leading up to it, right?
It's probably like 3 days worth of stuff, like very vanilla.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
not a lot.
What they want you to do, Will, they want to see what people can actually do, right? They don't want guys thinking too much while they're out there. They want to see them at their best selves to go out there and make plays. Because like Brady said, you're being evaluated. Even if you sign as an undrafted free agent, or I've seen even some late round draft picks, which is weird. Potentially like 7 rounders get cut after rookie minicamp, right? Because I guess they didn't go out there and they weren't focused. So they want it to be as seamless as possible. They want to see you in your element. They want to highlight what you do well, and they want you to go out there and make plays. So they're not going to give you that much of the playbook. The funny thing is, like Brady said, it's 3 days. It's right. Friday. And when we went, it might be a little different now. When we went, we had 2-a-days on Fridays, 2-a-days on Saturday, and then we had a half a day on Sunday. I don't know if they're legally allowed to do that anymore. But nowadays, right, it's not as bad. I don't think the practice schedule is as long, and they don't do as much. So they literally probably even cut that down. And whatever you learn in those 3 days, you're probably going to learn it that very next week once you get back to, OTAs with the team, because it's different. Like you just talked about it, Will. 6 teams went this last weekend. So those 6 teams, they'll get to go home for about a week, pack up, and then come back. But the guys that are coming in this weekend from rookie minicamp, they're staying all the way through the offseason program before they take that break before training camp.
It's comparable to this. It's like drinking from a garden hose. When the veterans get there, it's from a fire hose.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah.
So sipping out of a garden hose, as long as the water's not, is decent enough quality. Like, you always did as a kid, right? Fire hose, not so much. The man, it's so crazy how the NFL offseason schedule moves, where it's like, all right, for us in the media now, it's like, okay, we got a little break here, got a window here until training camp. But you really, I mean, you do, but you really don't. I mean, first OTAs for like the Chiefs, who had, their rookie minicamp this past weekend, May 20th through the 22nd, and then 28th through the 30th, and June 4th through the 7th. So the minicamp 11th through the 13th. I mean, it feels like for rookie. I mean, like you say, it's just like all of a sudden you get through the draft. It's the happiest time of your life. You're like going to make an NFL team, and then bam, it's just, you're going to hit left and right with like information and work, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Brady can agree with this, and you can check me if I'm wrong, Brady. Your rookie year is the longest year of your NFL career. Like literally, because of what you just said, Will. You literally go from you go through a season, then you go through all-star games, right? Then you go through the combine, then pro days, private workouts. Then you talked about getting drafted, and literally either that next weekend or the weekend after, you go to rookie minicamp, and then you're with the team already. So there's no break. And then what people aren't talking about, Brady, is even though the veterans, you get with the veterans around this time, you stay about 2 weeks after. Like when I came in, we stayed like a whole 2 weeks after the veterans left. And then, so that means your break between training camp is a lot shorter. And then to top that all off, Brady, a lot of times rookies come in a week before the veterans come in training camp. So without a doubt, we hear people talk about, Brinson, that rookie wall. It's because your rookie year is the longest year of your career. And just imagine if you go to a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, which you want to, or the Baltimore Ravens, you're going all the way to February, most likely, right? So you're talking about February to February without a break, your rookie year.
That's wild. I mean, it's and if you're in, even if you're in like a national championship team in college, you're still like done. You're done early, like the middle of January. It's a lot longer.